Coco Palizzo's Poetry Moment, featuring the poem For Chris by Edgar Gabriel Silex. I'm Sarah Luckadoo. Poetry's density sometimes frightens people. The compressing of so much life and feeling into such a small space sometimes feels like a thicket readers are fighting through. But that's poetry's magic trick. Creating links in the reader's minds, sharing experiences that are universal, and letting that meaning expand and bloom. The blooming in this poetry moment is courtesy of poet and teacher Edgar Gabriel Silex. Most of his poems are found, Silex told poet and interviewer Michael Collier. Silex says, all of us experience things as we go through life. The poets tend to be the ones who are more like witnesses. I found the poem or the poem found me. It was just a matter of getting the most experience per line down. With Native American, Chicano, and European ancestry, Silex grew up on a small reservation on the Texas-Mexico border. He has written 4 books of poetry and taught creative writing for years. His poem, For Chris, springs from his memory of teaching poetry on a Diné reservation in Arizona, and of meeting a young boy who confessed that his father had thrown him through a window. He bared his chest to show Silex the scars. The evening after he met Chris, Silex said he was so enraged that he couldn't sleep. He tried to write about the boy and his abuse and failed at first. But as he thought about the boy and about his own childhood peppered with violence, he began to see beyond half the story, as he says in his poem, toward the beautiful tragedy of a life. For Chris was published in Silex's book, Acts of Love. Silex's author statement for that book addresses so many reasons for writing and for reading poetry. He writes, "A state of grace is our ultimate human condition. Forgiveness is our highest form of love. Awe is our only muse. Suffering is our path to salvation. Beauty is our only reward. Displacement is our human inheritance. Passion is our only freedom. Restraint is our act of kindness. Solitude is our wisest friend. Simplicity is our most complex desire. Reverence is our highest achievement. And poetry is our most constant state." And now, For Chris, by Edgar Gabriel Silex.
Titled For Chris. To you who said your father threw you through the living room window, who showed me the scars from your neck to your navel, where the doctors cut open to fix the 11-year-old valves of your heart. There are things we hear with our calcareous hearts that will drive us from the sanctified natures of our rooms into the cold, vast skies of a moonless night, where each star with its own blinking language reveals their unreachable solitude to us. I walked my angers till I ran out of streets and barking dogs, remembering the hours I spent as a child listening to the sound of love weeping through the walls of our house, from the welts of our father's embraces, the only ones he ever knew. What can I tell you? But that love is an in-particular compass, that there is only one true angel, and her name is innocence, and the only choice children have is to make laughter and play out of melancholy. I walked past the last street lamp and stood in the shivering loneliness of a dark road that led to some heavenly forever I could no longer see. Though I was aware of my blindness and of the unpalpable sounds of struggling gasps I have heard coming from my own son when he is unable to catch a single breath as he tries to muffle the anguished and flailing love of his father. Life is truly the most beautiful tragedy, I thought, finding no wisdom or comfort in that, I turned back, and as I turned, I heard the nocturnal lament of a siren, and the mongrels who quickly joined in that harmony of sorrows, piercing the darkness, erasing my footfalls. And as I walked away, I turned to search that unplaceable how, and saw an explosion of moonlight rising along the arc of a perfect evening. And I remembered, what we see and hear is only half of a story. You who stirred my silent dominions, who startled the fallen forms of purity, introducing me to all your fifth grade friends, and who said, the thing you like best is to go fishing whenever your father comes to visit you. Thank you. Thank you for guiding me back to my faith in the ponderous powers of mystery.